What's going on, guys? My name is Afk Obby and I upload an Old School RuneScape video every single day. So if you do enjoy Old School RuneScape, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. But today we have my very first top 10 list. If you know me, you know I wanted to do these lists for a very long time. I've also wanted to do some tier lists, so if that's something you guys would enjoy, let me know. What better way to kick off my first top list with a top 10 AFK methods in Old School RuneScape? Let's do this. Coming in dead last on this list, but still top 10, we have birdhouses and farming. I know it's two separate skills and methods, but I wanted to group them together because there is nothing more AFK than quite literally being away from your keyboard. That's right, you can get up and be a parent again. That feels personal because it is kind of personal. Or you can go copy some papers at work, people still do that. Starting from just level 1 farming, you can plant potatoes and wait 40 minutes all the way up to waiting 106.7 hours for a redwood tree to grow. That's almost 582 episodes of SpongeBob SquarePants. With birdhouses, you can do a birdhouse run once every about 55 minutes or so, and it gives passive hunter experience as well as great GP depending on the type of logs you use. With the requirements of Fossil Island unlocked as well as 5 hunter and crafting, these methods enabling you to leave your keyboard and being great XP is the reason they cracked this list. Number 9 is chopping redwood trees. This is the ultimate goal for OSRs players looking to bang out 99 woodcutting or pet hunt for the beaver. Starting at woodcutting level 90, you can chop the 2 towering over the woodcutting guild or even grow your own to chop down in the farming guild. Oddly enough, other users can also chop down your tree in the farming guild. Jagex, can we please talk about that? Kinda just seems weird. Redwoods isn't massively AFK, but because most of us use them as our route to 99, it has to have a spot on this list. For number 8, we have Cannonballs. This one is so near and dear to my heart as I had an alt blasting through Cannonballs like no one's business from 35 all the way to 93 smithing, and I made myself some serious cash. The passion behind all of the accounts you see making Cannonballs isn't the experience gained, it isn't the bot owners, it's the GP and the set time frame you have between clicking the furnace and your inventory of Cannonballs being complete. After the Dwarf Cannon quest, you can buy an ammo mold, reach the minimum 35 smithing level requirement, and with the regular 4-slot mold, you can expect to sit at the furnace for 2 minutes and 40 seconds. The Giant's Foundry is a smithing minigame, and in this minigame, you can earn credits called Foundry Reputation. After earning 2,000 reputation, you can purchase the item Double Ammo Mold. This new mold consumes 2 steel bars at once, essentially cutting the 2 minutes and 40 seconds down to 1 minute and 20 seconds. This doubles profits and XP per hour. No brainer when putting it on this list. Almost halfway down the list, we have Blood Runes. With a level 77 runecraft requirement, Blood Runes is fairly AFK. It's highly recommended to have 73 agility for the shortcut, making everything much more seamless. And lastly, the Raiments of the Eye outfit is obtained through the Guardians of the Rift minigame. Equipping the full set will give you 60% extra blood runes when doing this method. 60%! 60! So you know it has to be good. Obtaining this outfit, however, is 1,350 Abyssal Pearls, so you will have to do the Guardians of the Rift minigame. I have a guide that I will link below for like skillers, but hey, 60% extra, it's obviously worth it. With that being said, it is very profitable and fairly AFK, so it had to have a spot on our list. Coming in at number 6, we have a decent AFK method, and that is mining Amethyst. It does have a high mining requirement, which is 92, and the XP per hour is pretty low, but the GP per hour makes up for it by far, with being over 400k GP per hour. Some small little things you might want to know are that expert mining gloves gives a 25% chance of no depletion, and these mining gloves have a 70 mining requirement, which you'll already have that requirement anyway, being at the Amethyst ores. Also 240 unidentified mineral total. You have to combine the mining gloves and the superior mining gloves together to get those expert mining gloves. If you have 89 crafting or higher, you can make better profit per hour by making amethyst dart tips. And lastly, equipping the Varrock Armor 4 gives a double ore effect that can also trigger when mining amethyst. Coming in at number 5, we have a very AFK method and one of my personal favorites, shooting stars. If you've seen my videos before, you know how much I love shooting stars. Someone hitting me up with information on where a shooting star is honestly like when I used to walk into Toys R Us as a little kid. It's amazing. If you guys have never done a shooting star before, I highly recommend it. There's 9 tiers total on the star. Tier 1 equals level 10, tier 9 equals level 90. Those are the requirements. So you know, for example, if you find a tier 6, you have to be at least 60 mining. You can obtain 2,930 stardust starting from tier 9 alone. From tier 9 all the way down until it depletes. So after you completely deplete it after that tier 1, 2,930. Take your Stardust over to Desuri's Star Shop. Here you can get a Celestial Ring. It costs 2,000 Stardust. Whether it's charged or not, you get an invisible +4 boost. When it's charged, you have a 1 out of 10 chance of an extra ore up to Adamantite. That's solid. And you charge it up with the Stardust as well. I just want to throw that out there. My personal favorite is the bag full of gems. It's great for irons. It's great for money making. It costs 300 per bags full of gems. And those bag of gems usually average average around 25k. So after you open them up, all the gems put together, that average is 25k. Lastly, you can get a star fragment for 3,000 each, and those change your prospector that you get from mining at the Motherlode mine. It changes the color of those to gold, and that's why we slid shooting stars right there at number 5. Very AFK. You can do it at a low level. You obtain the stardust, which you can use for tons of different things. You can use it for profit. You can use it to change an outfit color. You can use it to get an invisible +4 boost. It's a perfect number 5. For number 4, I know that you guys have seen this spread across the whole world of Gielinor. Splashing. This is extremely AFK, as you can do it for 20 minutes at a time if I'm not mistaken. The only requirement is to have -64 magic attack, and for me, I achieved that by putting on some full plate armor and I equipped a cursed goblin staff. It was pretty easy to achieve. And after you're all set up with that -64 or below with the magic attack, you want to attack a weak opponent that cannot be interacted with by other players. And for us, we chose a rat. Not too much left to say. It was pretty controversial. They made quite a few changes in regards to splashing, but this is the current state it's in now. 20 minutes and then you'll stop auto retaliating, and it's great for those early level grinds when it comes to magic. Down to our bottom 3, let's start with pumping. Pumping comes in at number 3 simply because you can click and have no worries whatsoever when walking away. Your character will pump out 12k strength XP per hour. With RuneLite's new logout timer, your character will stand and pump for 25 minutes easily. Pumping is so iconic that it has its own community. You can find 10 HP strength peers sprawled all throughout Gielinor and showcased in many YouTube videos, including my own. Pumping gives no hit points experience, and that is what makes the method so sought after. Just be careful having public chat on while in the blast furnace. Only warning. Number 2 is one of the few methods in the game that give 3 different skill experiences per action. Barbarian Fishing is unlocked at 48 fishing, 15 agility, and 15 strength, and you earn experience in those respective skills. Oftentimes, you can find yourself going AFK for whole inventories at a time, and experience here typically taps out at around 50k to 60k per hour. This method is typically used by users trying to max out fishing, as you can tick manipulate the method, but you'll also find tons of Obby Maulers Barbarian Fishing due to receiving strength XP. Quite the no-brainer to put on the list. AFK, 3 skills being trained at the same time, some of the best fishing XP. Come on guys, what a perfect number 2. So here we are, the last method on the list. Can you guess what it is? I'll give you a few seconds to comment your answer down below. The number 1 AFK method on Old School RuneScape is, of course, the Nightmare Zone. The Nightmare Zone is a combat-based minigame located northwest of Yanil Bank. Essentially, players go into what is called a dream to fight quest bosses for experience. Typical bosses you'd like to fight are low DPS like the Tree Spirit from Lost City, Khazar Warlord from Tree Gnome Village, Count Drainer from Vampire Slayer, and many more. I'll link a guide down below showing you how to max your combat experience from the Nightmare Zone using a rock cake and absorption potions. Alright, so there we have it. What top list should I do next? This was my first one. Did you have anything on your top 10 AFK method list that I didn't have on mine? Would you just change my order? Let me know in the comments down below. Again, I want to know what you guys would want next, and I want to know what your top 10 AFK order would be. Thanks again for watching. I upload Old School RuneScape videos every single day, so if that's something that you would enjoy, feel free to like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel. Have an absolutely amazing day or night, and I will see you guys tomorrow.